Hey guys, Big Wheel Dog 82 in the soil. So, we've got our tomato challenge plant and we've got our single seed challenge plants that all need to be up potted. This year, instead of doing a multiple up pot, we're going to do it just one time. Why? Because we want smaller, compact plants for when they're ready to be put outside. We've got about a month, so this up potting will take me from now, which is the 8th of April, up until I kind of want to have them out by Mother's Day, maybe a little bit before Mother's Day. So we've got about a month. So with that, let me take you guys downstairs. We're going to split up all the plants, get them repotted, and then we'll come back up here, and then you can see a little bit more of what I've got going on besides just those tomato plants. All right, here we are at the table. So it's time to up pot these tomato plants. And as you can see, they're not too bad. This will be the only time that I up pot these. I don't intend to do anything else with them until it's time for them to go out, which is about a month from now. Today is the 8th of April, and I figured they're big enough now. Let's go ahead and get them in their pots and just keep it moving. So we're going to be doing my single seed plant, which is a, I can't remember, Saucy Lady tomato. Yeah, Saucy Lady tomato. And then my 2 tomato challenge plants here, the Big Zack. And I'm going to be up potting these other ones too, but I'm not too worried about it. I mean, once I do the 3 that I already named off, it's pretty much rinse and repeat. And I think everybody knows how to up pot a tomato plant. So, here we go. Alright, got my prepared soil. Get a good amount of it in there. Make a hole. Now, the way I do sow my tomatoes, as you can see, some of these have multiples in them. Some of them, like the only one that has a single plant in it is the single seed challenge plant. So I think that is the one I'm going to start off with. So let's get this puppy up out of here. Loosen up everything. Come on. There we go. And we got a decent root ball. I don't know if you can see that. Decent looking root ball. And just throw it in there. I'm not really worried about planting deep in these. It will be a little deeper than what it already is now, so we'll have some extra roots on the stem, but I'm not really worried about that right now. Because no matter what, these plants are going to still be relatively small when they go out, and they're just going to make their own roots when I plant them in. I won't plant them super deep outside, but I will be planting them slightly lower than what the surface of these plants are. So now we've got that in there. And these will be staying outside, or inside, because it's still too cool outside. We just had a freeze last night. I think it got down to 26 degrees, 27 degrees outside last night. And tonight it's supposed to be in the low 30s, high 20s again. So it's far, far too early to start having these go outside. So they're going to stay inside. And because of that, I've got my indoor mix that keeps my upstairs bug free. Alright. So there we go. We got single seed challenge plant has been uppotted, and then we'll take the label off of here. And put it on this plant. There we go. So that was the tricky, or that was the easy one. The next one is a little trickier because we've got the two plants, but no big deal. Now, when I do this, I know I'm going to be snapping a lot of the roots, but believe it or not, these plants will be just fine. Alright, put those in. There. So, again, decent root ball. Not too hard to separate. We'll just go right down the middle. Alright, got both of them there. Here's the first pot. Typically, I would let these plants get a lot bigger, and I would be planting them in probably bigger pots. But as of lately, I've decided that I don't really want these big, gigantic plants when they go out. Because I would prefer to keep my plants short and pretty stocky, stemmed, just because they seem to hold up a little bit better in my raised bed, and I don't quite have to worry about stringing them up on my trellis as soon. I will typically just let them grow up to a height where they can no longer hold themselves up, which sometimes it could be a couple of weeks. If we have a bad storm that comes through, then I might have to do it earlier than that. But for the most part, I try to let my plants, after I plant them, take care of themselves, at least initially. Is there any benefits to that? This one we're going to pull off the seed leaves. Is there any benefits to that? I don't know. I really don't. I make no claims. I just seem to have less fussy plants when I let them take care of themselves more than me babying them. So I'm going to continue doing that. Alright. And that is my second plant. All uppotted. By the time I take this back out, all of these are going to be pretty full with roots. They shouldn't be too root bound. I mean, they've been in here. These were sowed on the 21st, I believe, 21st of March. And like I said, today's the 8th of April, which is my sister's birthday. So Dawn, happy birthday. But yeah, them being, so what is that? So 21, 28. So it's what, 2.5 weeks? I think this is pretty decent growth on tomato plants for only being 2.5 weeks old. Alright, so that one's done. And since I only have one label, I'm going to have to make them a second label when we get them upstairs. Actually, you know what? No, I've got everything I need. Station, watch that video. Keeps everything you need at hand so you don't have to get up and go find nothing. You've got everything here. Alright. Do what we did the first one. Make ourselves a little hole. And drop her in. Packing these in decently tight. That way when I go to pop them out, the soil doesn't all come loose. And I'm gonna leave the cotyledons on this one just because it's just a smaller plant. I did notice it popped up after the other Big Zac, so that's why it's so much smaller. Just because it's a small one does not mean it's a bad one. So, since my soil mix here is pre-fertilized, it's got worm castings in it, it's got extra perlite in it, which means that it feeds them and lets the water flow through, lets air get in there. So because of all that, I have no worries about this being my backup plant. It may even outpace the other one now that it's in a bigger container. But who knows? Even if it doesn't, it's still a good plant. Those of you who are up north like I am, I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana. So if you've got your tomato challenge plants, maybe they might need some up potting too, or don't try to let them get huge. I mean, this one, the single seed one, is the biggest tomato plant I had, and that was almost too big. But you got to get that stuff started. Bingo. So there we go. Both of my tomato challenge plants are done. My single seed challenge plants are done. Or a single seed plant. Because there's only one of them. Alright, we're going to take this label off. Yes, do not forget to relabel or re-identify your plants after you're doing this uppotting. I will repeat the same information, which is just the name of the variety and the date that it was started, and that way I can keep track easily. And it also helps with my notes later on when I really need to worry about jotting things down, which sometimes I forget, sometimes I don't. Alright, so this one was the Big Zac. And the date was 3/21/25. 3/21/25. Alright. There we go. Now when we get back upstairs with this video, I will show you how full up my grow room now is, and all the other tomato plants I've got up there, as well as kind of overdid the strawberries this year, the bare roots. Actually, I didn't overdo it. I ended up getting in more than I thought that I should have, but you'll just hold up, just once. It'll be real short for you guys, but you'll understand what I'm saying. Oh, see, I almost forgot a step. Ready to get out of here and get upstairs to the grow room. I need to water these puppies in. I would normally have a regular tray down here, but all of them are being in use right now, and I don't really have anything, and I could use this lid, but it's got holes in it. But I put those, you know what, I'm gonna get rid of these seed leaves too. They just seem like they're gonna be in the way, and I don't really need them. Alright, so now let's water this puppy in. Done. So pick this back upstairs. Alright guys, so here we are. We're back upstairs, and these 5 plants right here are the ones that I went ahead and uppotted today. And they're all labeled Big Zac. Let's see, which one is this one? Cherokee Purple, Big Zac, and my single seed challenge the Saucy Lady. So those are all nice and tucked up here. But what we also have is sort of an obsession I've had because most of my plants died last year. So look at all of these cups. Each one of these cups has a strawberry bare root growing in it. And those will be going outside here sometime soon. So these ones up here are all Ozark Beauties. And then here in a second, I'm going to show you guys another level that's got my peppers, my cherry tomatoes, and some Charlotte strawberries. So have you guys been a little crazy about a certain plant or anything this season that you're really just trying to put a lot of effort into? I have, and right here you can see all the strawberry plants. These were actually my planned plants. And then you can see my peppers. I got some more right there. But here are my cherry tomato plants. And as you can see, we got it pretty full. And that big one right back here, that's actually a volunteer that popped up in a seed tray. And I said, you know what the heck? Let's plant it out and see what happens. So yeah, I probably won't plant that, but you know, maybe we'll consider it. And then there's one more strawberry plant right there. So if you guys had a specific plant that you're wanting to focus on for this year, just like I am kind of, let me know down in the comment section because I would really enjoy hearing that. I hope you guys liked and enjoyed the little trip around my little grow room, which is getting pretty full right now. Luckily for me, the strawberry plants that I showed you guys will be ready to go outside here pretty soon because I don't want them growing up too long inside where they'll start to lose their resistance to the sun. And I kind of want to get my green stock planted and have everything else put out. Didn't really plan on having this many plants, but I think it's a good thing, a good problem to have, because even if the birds get to them, I should still have plenty. So, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you've got anything that you want to see coming up, or if you got any ideas of how I could maybe better my setup, feel free to chime in right in the comment section. I'll love to hear it. And with that, I'm out of here. See you guys. Big Wheel Dog 82 in the soil. And I'm out of here. See you guys later.